What'd you see over the weekend? That's your guy, Trevor Lawrence.
Hey, I think they were one of the teams that impressed me more than anybody, right? And again, I know it's preseason. I get it, right. Okay?
Who cares?
But but we've had a lot of fun talking about Trevor Lawrence, and I know you're not always a believer in him, and I understand people not. I get it. For what he was drafted, the way he was touted, everybody telling you he's generational and all that, he has not been that. We saw about a 10 to a 12-game stretch where he kind of fit that mold, and then other than that, we haven't seen anything close to that. So I understand all the criticism around the Jaguars there. Now, where I defend Trevor Lawrence a little bit is it hasn't been like the greatest situations around him either there in Jacksonville. So that's where I do have a little bit of a soft spot for him. But you hear things like when they talk about with quarterbacks, right? He was real decisive where he went with the ball, right? He knew where to go with the ball. There's different types of decisive. I heard that with Jackson Dart a lot, and I want to go, right. Yeah, wait, but there was only one guy he was supposed to throw to, and he was open, and that's what you're supposed to do. Of course he was decisive, right? What I look at more decisive is wait, the first guy's not open. He knew right where to go to look for the second guy, and that guy wasn't open, and he seamlessly went to the third guy and hit him, and that was what I call decisive, knowing what he's seeing, going through the reads, and boom, reacting, right? Trevor Lawrence had a few of those plays where I was like, ooh, this looks a little different. His motion was much smoother. I've made fun of him in the past because he'll be real smooth, and at the last second he'll just be and go really fast. And you're like, what the hell was that? What, that was just a total spastic move, and the ball went, it was not accurate because of it. But liked him, liked Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter was really close on both catches to make it. Exactly, right?
Yes.
That's what Brian Thomas Jr., we know he's a superstar. I think Liam Coen's going to bring De'Ami Brown to another place that we haven't seen him go in his NFL career yet. So you like that. Plus, it looks like they're going to be able to run the ball with ATN and Tank Bigsby, who I think is better than ATN. So the rest of the receiving core is pretty good. So that was one of the things. Trevor looked good, and then the weapons that you just alluded to did pop to me, to Stugotz, to where I went, the Jags, I'm excited to watch them next week and to see where this goes, because they caught my eye a little bit in week one.
You and I both said last year that we thought Tank was the best running back on that team. He got injured at some point last season, then came back.
Exactly.
He's better than Travis at the end, isn't he?
I think he is. And I think that showed again. That I had no doubt watching that the other night. I like Etienne, don't get me wrong. But when Tank Bigsby gets in the game, there is real juice there. And to me, he's capable he runs hard. He's capable of breaking tackles more. He's capable of big plays more that way. Yeah, I like it. But, hey, the running back situation, Travis Hunter, Brian Thomas Jr., De'Ami Brown, Parker Washington, and then their tight end, Brenton Strange, is a guy that I think is going to pop up on a lot of people's radar as we go during the year here. Yeah, the Jags are one of those teams, another team where I'd go, yeah, they didn't make the playoffs last year. They weren't very good, but they're on the short list teams of what I go, watch out, they could be a real pain in the ass for people in 2025.
Just back to Trevor Lawrence for a second. This is how I feel. If you're a number one overall pick at that position, Cris, I don't care what situation you go to. If you're good, you'll make that situation better. The second you arrive in that city, Joe Burrow did it for the Bengals. If you're that kind of quarterback, you're going to make the city, the organization, and that team relevant. You're going to make them good. It doesn't matter what you're surrounded by. Now, granted, I think he started with Urban Meyer.
Yes, he did. Right.
Yeah, but then he got to Doug Peterson. Yeah. Peterson won a Super Bowl with Nick Foles, for crying out loud.
I know, and he had a great first year with Doug Peterson. But just like Doug Peterson with the Eagles, it kind of went downhill after that. And it's just wait, where's the rest of the offense? Do we have anything else creative to add on to that? Then they had offensive line issues, and they couldn't run the ball at all last year. And then he got beat up. I understand what you're saying. And again, that was one of the reasons during the draft process that year, I tried to pump the brakes on people with Trevor Lawrence. I liked what I saw. I know I took the L by putting Zach Wilson number one, a.k.a. everybody else's number two quarterback. But yeah, there was some things there about Trevor Lawrence that I looked at to where I went, it's not a slam dunk. Let's see where it goes. He looked smooth. He looks like he's being coached. He looked like he knew where to go with the ball. He's going to be, for the first time, have some real creative answers under a guy like Liam Coen. And I think the other aspect is Liam Coen, like we saw with the Buccaneers last year, he knows how to run the freaking ball. And that's going to help a quarterback out and getting his little confidence as well. And then with those receivers with the play action pass off of it, yeah, I'd go the Jaguars to me got some potential that I do like. But Trevor's a big part of it. We'll see, Stugotz. You're right about that. Yo, homies, what's up? Thanks for watching Cris Simms Unbuttoned. And just because the weather's warm, doesn't mean football ain't still on our brains right here.
We are still working, so smash that subscribe button. We got all the training camp news, preseason news, everything up until kickoff night.
Thanks for watching. And again, remember to hit that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.